So what are the alternatives? This is one of the big things for me as being a non-advertising person. It's something that I've seen coming up in the online space specifically, and I think it's genius, and this is why I wanted to share it with you. The answer is not being provided by a radio station or a TV station or a producer a traditional producer of content. The answer for me is being provided by a brand, and that brand is Red Bull. And what Red Bull have realized, which for me is absolute genius, is that a person who chooses to listen is 1,000 times more valuable than someone who is forced to listen. Now, as a brand, like Red Bull, what they make is energy drinks. Okay? What they sell is a brand. And that brand consists of a lot of shared values that they share with their audience. So Red Bull decided that they want to target this youth market, more of the extreme side of things, etc. And so instead of looking for other people's channels and other people's networks that they could go and say, cool, can we advertise on your platform? They decided that they wanted to create content. And they were going to create content so cool that the audience would choose to consume it instead of forcing it on people. All right? And so Red Bull, I think, have gone a long way to figuring out this whole content thing. They've figured out that instead of spending money on advertising on other people's channels, they're going to create content that serves as an advertising delivery vehicle. They will create content so cool that people will pay money to receive it. I basically paid money to go and watch an hour-and-a-half long Red Bull advert. And I was happy to do it because the value was there. The trade exchange was correct. Okay? It was non-interruptive. It was choice-based. The big question now is, so what does this have to do with radio? And for me, radio's hands down in the coolest space it can be right now. As radio moves into the digital space, and whichever way you want to look at that, okay? As radio moves into the digital space, it's going to open up thousands of new opportunities for stations to be able to do incredibly cool stuff, to be able to create content that people want to choose, all right? The risk, though, the risk that's facing radio right now is to resist, is to fight against the change and go, you know what, I don't necessarily believe it. And I think we need to learn lessons from people who've gone before us. And the guys who've gone before us is another medium, which is the print medium. And the decline in print media is no secret to anyone. Everyone reads about it. I mean, I read yesterday, FHM's print figures are down by 50% from a couple of years ago. It's insane, right? And the mistake that I think that mostly newspapers, because they've been hardest hit, the mistake that newspapers made is that they focus on the wrong part of their name. Instead of focusing on news, they focused on paper. And they went, you know what, we need to protect paper. And that's crap, right? They don't need to protect paper. They need to protect news. They're a content provider. They need to provide content to people who want that content, and whatever medium device that they choose. The medium, the delivery vehicle is irrelevant. The only thing that is important is that people still choose your content and that you provide that content to them in a way that they want to receive it. And as long as you're doing that, you're not going to lose them. And that's fine. So I think the biggest lesson we've got to learn here as we go into this digital space is learn from print media. Don't make their mistakes. And we realize that when you replace an aerial on a car radio, and this is the move to digital, when you replace the aerial on a car radio with a SIM card, everything changes. All right? Kathy spoke about how Toyota, as manufacturers, are going to be installing digital radios in cars, right? And it's going to happen. We're going to get there. Not every single person is going to have a digital radio. Not every single car is going to have it. But when a device itself can deliver content, like radio content, and connect to the internet, amazing things can happen. You guys can, all the marketing words that we throw around as an industry, we go integrated, synergistic advertising campaigns, all that kind of stuff, they can actually come true now. We can do them because we can have different levels of content running through the same device, connecting to different areas, to different communities, and so on and so forth. And as we move into the space, we've got to admit to ourselves as well and realize it's a dangerous, exciting, and inevitable space. The inevitable bit, I think I'm over. Like if anyone here does not believe that this is going to happen, then I think you need to ask the person next to you to slap you around a little bit. It is going to happen. I'm not going to argue about the speed. It's going to run dual for a while. But we are going to get there.